Hello everybody, I'm Khatijah Omar and I'm going to present our paper with the title Orang Asli Ready to Switch to New Careers. And as for the introduction, indigenous communities or in Malaysia, they are also known as Orang Asli communities and they are believed to be the earliest settlers in Tanah Melayu. The Malaysian government has recognized the Orang Asli community as the earliest indigenous community to build settlements in the country. This is according to Rosli 2009. They are the minorities and they often live in the forest or in the remote areas. And because they are the minorities and live in the remote areas, they are still practicing primitive ways or traditional ways of life. Indigenous peoples and the natural environments are closely related. They cannot be separated to each other. Their beliefs and their lives are very much related to the spirit of the elements of the nature. And although Orang Asli use natural resources as their main source of their lives, they use it prudently for their survival and they try to avoid doing damage to their natural resources and environment. As for the literature review, Malaysian society consists of various ethnic and sub-ethnic groups that forms complex social and cultural groups including Orang Asli. This is according to Hood 2006. And Orang Asli in Peninsular Malaysia consists of three main groups, which are Malay Proto, Sonoy, and Negritos or Semang. This is according to Yusuf Rodin and Warman 2017. And each of these groups is then divided into 6 sub-ethnic groups, which made a total of 18 sub-ethnic groups altogether. And in 2013, according to statistics, the number of Orang Asli registered throughout Peninsular Malaysia was about 147,412. This is according to Human Rights Commission of Malaysia 2013. And in 2018, the number has increased to 178,197. Majority of Orang Asli communities make areas such as forests, mountains, islands, estuaries, and riversides as their main settlement areas. In particular, indigenous peoples or these Orang Asli carried a collective belief that everything in their environment possess a spirit including the natural world. However, the factors such as intermarriage, education, and settlement of the society and resettlements of this society have also made them profess other religions such as Islam and Christianity. And most of Orang Asli involved in their daily activities such as harvesting and collecting forest products, farming, and shifting agriculture, and also some of them involved in hunting activities. As for the methodology, the data for this study was collected in June 2018 in Kampung Orang Asli Sungai Beruah, Terengganu, and questionnaires were distributed to the adults resident in this village. And also, besides giving them questionnaires consists of structured questions, there are also some questions that dig into their views and opinions. There were 41 respondents altogether in this study, and during the data collection process, the data collection session was conducted using an intermediary who is also a Jekwa officer who was in charge of monitoring and translating words that were not understood by some of the respondents involved in this study. The data obtained in this study were then analyzed using descriptive analysis, which are using frequency and percentage. The findings of this study presented here are based on the data obtained from 41 orang asli in Kampung Sungai Beruah, and as mentioned before, the data were presented using descriptive analysis. Table 1 showed respondents profile. Okay, majority of the respondents were female and 100% were Semak Beri ethnic. And in terms of marital status, okay, majority were married. And as for the education level, majority did not complete their schooling. Majority of the orang asli in Kampung Sungai Beruah involved in farming and also hunting. However, their monthly income majority were less than 1,000 ringgit. Okay, table 2 shows the descriptive analysis on resources usage and willingness to switch career. Okay, there are about 5 questions asked to the respondents. Okay, when asked, do you often use natural resources available surrounding you? Majority answered yes, okay, which 36 respondents said yes. Okay, when asked about whether they use the resources for personal and family use or for sale, 18 respondents say they use resource for personal and family use. 18 respondents said they use resources for sale, but however, there were 5 respondents who were not sure whether they use it for personal usage or family usage or for sale. The third question asked the question if, let's say, resources are depleting, are they willing to switch to a more modern career? Majority said yes. Okay, 36 respondents said yes. Next question, if given a choice, what career you want to venture into? 33 respondents said that they would like to stay with the farming, but maybe in a much modern way of farming. And the final question asked is, are you willing to participate in trainings? 29 respondents said yes, because if, let's say, they want to venture into the new career, they have to undergo some trainings to make sure that they can adapt with their new career. As for the conclusion, actually the Semak Beri orang asli community in Sungai Beruah, Hulu Terengganu still depends on the natural resources available around their settlement for their daily use and also as the source of their livelihood. So therefore, they often worried if there are some development effort in their area around them, because this of course will damage the nature in their area, and this will certainly affect the sustainability of their life. Recognizing the fact that natural resources from day to day face the threat of destruction, the orang asli Semak Beri can generally be said to be ready to change their careers to more modern careers. However, to ensure that the orang asli community is able to adapt and stay and maintain with their new career later, the relevant parties must prepare the appropriate training that can be given to these orang aslis. And of course, the orang asli, based on the findings in this study, the orang asli, they are ready to undergo the trainings prepared for them, if any. So with that, I end my presentation and thank you.